Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm excited today. I have here two more of the Air Moto pumps. Now Air Moto pumps is a small rechargeable air compressor that you can air up your motorcycle tires. You can air up a lot of different things, not just, you can air up car tires with it, bicycle tires, your basketball, football, stuff like that. And they're great for motorcycles. Really great for motorcycles. I've actually tested probably between 10 and 15 somewhere of all kinds of different little mini compressors, and this is by far my favorite. And it's not that it pumps any faster or anything like that necessarily, but it's just the features that it has, the compact size, and that it has an air down button. Now a lot of them, or every one that I've tested besides this one, does not have an air down button. And if you're a dual sport off-roader and you you want higher air pressure on paved roads, but then when you go off-road, you want to be able to air down your tires to a lower pressure for the off-road. And then when you get done with your off-road riding, then you want to air back up to the street riding. So what I do is I'll ride 22 psi when I get to the off-road place. Then I air down to about 14. I'll do my day's ride at 14 psi off-road. And then when I get back to the highway and ready to head back home, I may be riding 40, 50 miles home. I don't want to run with low air pressure. So then I can just set it on 22 psi, air it back up, and I'm good to go. And that's where the air down button comes in handy. Most of them, you would have to just take, thread it on there or use a tire gauge and air it down. But this one, you thread it on, tells you your pressure that you have in there. You can push the button, let it down to 14 psi like I do, let off the button, take it off, you're good. When you go back to the street, just put it on 22 psi, push the button, airs it up, stops, and you're good to go. So that's why this is my favorite. And I wanted one so I don't have to switch. Right now I'm switching. I have one, had it for years, and it's been wonderful. I've dropped it, I've banged it around. It's got some dings in it, some scratches, still works great. I carried it back here in the back, and I've been switching it from this bike to my Gold Wing to my CT 125. Well, with having three of them, I can have just one in each bike at all times, and I don't have to worry about forgetting it. I have forgot it before and not been able to air down because I don't know the pressure that I am putting it at. So let's unbox one of these. I'll show you up close and show you how this thing works. Okay, we'll just go ahead and unbox it right here on the seat of the bike. Of course, you can see here, shows a picture of it, Air Moto Smart Pump. It does have a model number, BP198. LED display on it, auto shut off, so meaning when it gets to the set pressure, like I put mine on 22 psi, it'll run up to 22, automatically shuts off. Preset pressure, there's some things on here that are preset pressures, like for basketballs and bicycles and different things. I don't use any of that. I use it on just the manual mode, and I set it on 22 or 14 depending on what I'm wanting to air the tire up to. Shows here what you can be used on, but it can pretty much air up anything really. I've actually used this on my Jeep Gladiator, and it will air up a tire. Now it takes a while on the big tires on the Jeep, but it will air them up. And like I said, I also use this on the Gold Wing, the Honda CT 125, and this CRF 300L. On the back here, built-in battery capacity 14.8 watt hour. Input to charge it, which this is USB-C rechargeable, which is cool. Input 5 volt, 2 amp. Max output pressure 120 psi, so it'll pump up to 120 psi. The dimensions of the actual air compressor itself is 41 by 61 by 155 millimeter, and I'm not sure what that is. You'd have to equate that to inches. Weight 430 grams. Let's take this out of the box. And these I have not opened yet. Either one of them does come with a little manual right there. One other cool thing about this one that I like, and a lot of them don't have, that's a really cool feature, is it gives you an air hose that comes with it, and you have to put the air hose in the soft case. So you have to stick it down in the soft case, bend it around or whatever. This one stows right here in it. It's really cool because it just goes in there and it actually locks in. It clips down. It says right there to pull air hose. Take it out. You can see right there where it threads in. So super simple. Thread this thing in like so, and you're good to go. Right there is our USB-C charging port, and there's a light on it, which they really thought out the light. A lot of them too might have a light, but the light don't aim on to where you're working. So this one here, this light shines out here to where you're working, and you can actually see what you're doing. You want to be the light to shine onto what you're airing up. So we can select through the different modes on this thing. There is car. You can see a little car right there. There is, I'm not sure what that little symbol is, bicycle, sports. Okay, that may have been motorcycle. Set on 40 psi, but the one I use has a little picture of a guy right there. That's the manual. And then I can just set this thing. We can go to KPA, the PSI. We want PSI, of course. And then we can just up the pressure to what we want. And I usually I'll have this set. Most time it stays on 22 for this. It's actually way up there. We want to go way down to go to 22. I think it was 100 and something pound. Oop, not too far. 22. And then all you do is push the button to turn it on. Push the button, turn it off. It's that simple. So right here is your charge indicator right here showing how much charge you got. Let's see what else is in the box real quick. So it does come with a couple things like a spray nozzle so you can blow things out, which actually works. A little nozzle for airing up different sporting balls. And then a Presta adapter for different type bicycles. And then it comes with a USB to USB-C charging cable. Also comes with a handy dandy bag to carry it in, right there. So we're going to take this thing, air the tire up on the bike. Okay, so as far as airing this thing up, super simple to use, and I like this type thread-on valve. Works really good, and you don't lose a lot of air by this either when you put it on. Didn't hear any air right there. Shows I have 16.5 psi. So hit this button. It's actually pretty quiet. We'll go ahead and run it up to 22 psi. Right there, it shuts off, flashing done. Now, as I was saying, over here is the deflate button. I call it air down button, deflate, whatever you want to call it. But so if I want this to go down to 14 psi for riding off road, I put this on, I can see what my pressure is. Press this button, it deflates it actually pretty fast. See, I've already went down to 15 psi. And that's how I can air down. Then I can just push this button, go ahead and air back up when I get back to the paved road. Pretty simple. It's just that quick. So undo my hose and thread it from here. Put it back down in here. It's locked in. Hold the button down. Turns it off. Says off. Slide it right into my case. And now I'm ready to throw it in the tail bag on the bike. Keep it with me all the time. And I keep these charged up. So it's going to be pretty cool to have one on each bike. Okay, guys, that is it for the AirMoto Smart Air Pump. Super cool. These are a good deal. And if you go to the link I'll put in the description on AirMoto, that's my link. You go there, you're going to save 20% off your order when you put in the code Woodsman20. So that's even a better deal. And I make a little bit off of it. They're not paying me much. It's a little bit of a percentage on how many I sell. But it doesn't cost you a dime. You're actually going to save 20% off the price of this. So super cool. And like I said, I got one for each bike. Super cool. When we go on trips, we're always covered with air. Even if you get a hole in your tire and it's something you can't fix out on the trail, you could at least probably air the tire up and get you so far of a distance you may have to air up a couple times to get home. But to have this little air compressor, small, battery operated, you just can't beat it. And I can actually take this thing and charge it from here on the bike, plug it into the USB, charge it right here on the bike. You could charge this thing pretty much on anything. Even a power bank would charge this. So there you guys go. Check out the link in the description. Remember, the code is Woodsman20, saves you 20%. Thank you all for watching Woodsman Adventures. Click the thumbs up, subscribe down below, and we'll catch you all on the next adventure. Right on.